deck profile. It's more like a little bit Yosenju kaiju now. I went to the LDS and that we had last week because I actually went today, but by the time I upload, it'll probably be next week after I actually film it. So yeah, then the week after I film it, it'll be regionals. So I'm probably going to be taking this deck because I can't afford to finish my blue eyes at the moment. So yeah, I'll get on to the deck profile in a minute. I actually came 17th place out of 20 out of 32 or to more players, probably 32 to between 32 to 40. So I'm still pretty happy with myself. Won 3 games, especially with a deck like this. It isn't the best, and I actually surprisingly didn't see as many Blue Eyes players as I thought. I didn't verse any actually. But now onto the deck. I run the 2 Maxi. Still, you can side them out if you're not versing a very special summoning deck, but they're still really good even though they're only at 2 now. And I only had 2 to begin with, so it didn't really bother me. Now for the Yosenjus, you run 3 Karma 1. This is really good, and I'll tell you later, but first of all, one of the reasons why it's good is if you have another Yosenju monster, you can bounce back to hand, plus it allows you to normal summon the other Yosenjus as well as your other Yosenjus allow you to normal, and they all come back to the hand at the end phase, but it does bounce back to hand a face-up monster, so it can be really good against like the extra deck cards or even some main deck cards. Now we've got the 3 Karma number 2. This can just attack directly and it doesn't really need another Karma to do that. And again, it has the same back to hand normal summoning effect as all the other Yosenjus except Sujik in this deck. I run 3 Karma number 3. It allows you to search when another Karma does damage, and it has the same as the last couple. Sujik, it can't normal summon another one, but it still returns back to the hand, but it gives a 1000 boost, plus it can be a bit of an honest in the hand, so yeah, it isn't too bad. I wouldn't run it at 3 because I've bricked with it a few times. Run 2 speed raid monkeys. I barely ever saw this, actually, to tell the truth. I barely ever saw this. In playtesting I did, but I don't think I saw this in any of my rounds, which maybe would have actually helped, because if they attack you directly, you just switch all their stuff to defense mode and special summon him, so it's a nice little free special summon. Now for the weak kaijus, we've got Gamo Seal, 1 Gamo Seal and 1 Kai Sucking. I only have 1 Gamo Seal and I only have 1 of this. I run a very small kaiju engine. I felt like that was better than just stocking your deck with kaijus, because my friend does play kaiju Yosenju. I played Yosenju's first, but not kaiju variant, and it felt like it was just like too bricky to draw all these and then not get enough Yosenjus that you need. So Karma number 1 is actually also good because you give your opponent the Gamo Seal, then the Gamo Seal comes back to your hand, which is really nice. Then we got the 2 more powerful ones. You can sometimes tribute it to your opponent, and then you can do the Karma number 1, add it back to your hand. Generally, you'll special summon this when your opponent has one because of its effect. Now onto the spells. This is more the few destruction cards. We have 1 Dark Hole, 1 Galaxy Cyclone. I got this the other day actually. But yeah, it's not the best card, but it's alright. Like I would main MSTs, but I felt like this is a little bit better. Like it ended up probably not being any better, but I thought I was going to be playing against more Blue Eyes, so if they did have anything set, you could just play this, and then if they play like a Mole Seam, you can always vanish this. But you can always side it out against other matchups. That was another reason why I liked it. So it can work in game 1, but later on you don't use it. I don't think I ever pulled this off successfully the entire game, the Galaxy Cyclone. The Dimensional Fissure, this did cut a bit of slack. It wasn't just Twin Twister bait, like sometimes it was, but the good thing about this, I versed like 2 Burning Abyss, even though I lost both Burning Abyss matchups, and yeah, it was still good against other decks though. I versed Burning Abyss, Cosmo. Yeah, this was good against Cosmo, and that was a matchup I thought I was gonna be hurt against the most, but it wasn't. Probably because he wasn't playing like 3 Dark Ladies, but that really pulled some slack every now and then. Run 3 Pot of Duality for consistency. I don't run Demise variant because Yosenju, kaijus don't really like the Demise, plus I can't afford the Demise. I used to have one, but I traded it when it was dead cheap. Now I sort of regret it. 3 Tanky also for search, plus that 100 boost can help, sometimes just to run over that occasional thing. Now on to the kaiju spells. We got this really searches, like, because some decks that I was playing against do send heaps of cards to the graveyard, so this does get counters and it's really nice. The only annoying thing is if this has a few counters and they have a Gamma Seal and they actually read Gamma Seal's full effect, that can screw you over a little bit. So I didn't always see, and you don't always want to see it, but it is sometimes nice and handy to have so you can search your stuff. Then you got your Interrupt and Slumber. I only have 1. First of all, probably if I had 2, I wouldn't be able to activate 2. 1 just comes out every now and then. I don't think in the actual games, but on I think 1 game I actually did against Dynamist. But sometimes this is also just bait, like Infinity Bait. But sometimes it just nukes the board, and you have nothing on the board generally when you want to activate this. Summon weak, you get good, they get weak. And then you can also use it as a search. So yeah, it's still really good. Now onto the traps. Now for some of the main traps that you would run. Torrential. Like, you can just set this, you have nothing on board, opponent tries to play their turn, you just nuke their board. Jar of Avarice, like, I felt like in earlier versions, even though I drew this once in the game, but it got, like, destroyed by Twin Twisters. I felt like sometimes when I was playing the older Yosenjus, and even sometimes with playtesting, when you run out of resources, it really hurts. And because unless you're vanishing your stuff with your D-Fisher, and soon I'll show you the Macro Cosmo, unless that happens, you can, as long as you got 5 things, which you'll probably eventually have, like, it can be anything, which is really good, so you can recur, like, your Dark Holes, your Pot of Dualities, your Kaijus, and you get to draw 1 card, so a nice little draw bonus. I play 1, lose 1 turn. It's like, in Yosenju's, the only thing that's going to hurt is your extra deck, and you don't 100% need it. I think I only made the extra deck 4 times, or 3 times, in the entire tournament. So, yeah, it's alright against Blue Eyes, against their extra deck and their their effect monsters, but against the normal Blue Eyes White Dragon, it's not very good. But I didn't have to face that, so yeah, lose 1 turn. I never actually even drew it during the tournament, but it's pretty much like a second, like, worse version than Vanities. Then you got the 1 Vanities, which did help a little, but it couldn't always help because I couldn't always draw it. Like, it would be a bit of a pain, but I think this would be fun if it went to 3. It would make this deck a lot more viable, but it would also make other decks more viable, and it would be annoying. I run the 1 strike that I pulled out of the second tin, if you've seen that video. Yeah, still pretty stoked that I pulled it. It did help a bit. Macro Cosmo also pulled a bit of slack. Yosenju Secret Move, I'm probably going to take it out. I might still keep 1 in the side deck. But I'm not going to run it in main because you don't run the L's anymore. Like, I don't run the pendulums anymore, so you can't really activate it during your opponent's turn. Then generally they won't activate anything during your turn. If they do, you're probably not even going to draw this because I think I only drew this once and it didn't really help. Now onto the Mirror Forces. 3 Quaking. Pretty much just you activate it, put your opponent's monsters face down, defense position, and they can't change their battle position. And 2 Drowning. I pulled both of these Drownings, and I just can't afford the other, and there's probably no point, because this is already a 42 card main. But this is just nice, because if they attack directly, all their resources go back in their deck, or extra deck, depending on where they come from. So, yeah, probably the only card I'm probably going to take out is Galaxy Cyclone and Secret Move, and just put other stuff in there instead. I might keep the Galaxy Cyclone, but I'm not 100% sure about that for regionals. But yeah, onto the side now. I run one Effect Veiler because I know Effect Veiler can really screw up some decks. Like, it doesn't screw up every single deck, I know that. But against some matchups it can, especially if you Effect Veiler their crucial stuff. Now, one L, if you're versing a deck that likes to destroy heaps of your stuff and your Yosenjus would be destroyed, I never actually use this. I might take it out of the side just because it didn't really see any value. One Yosu secret move, I might keep that inside because I think I'm taking it out of main. Solemn Warning, I didn't actually side this in. I was thinking of maining it, but I already had Strike, and you don't always want to pay heaps of your life points, because if you've got no protection, you can get almost OTK'd or OTK'd, so a Warning can be good, but sometimes not. I might think about maining it. Now onto a couple more side deck cards. Bottomless, more against the Pendulum matchup. Also against other matchups it can be fairly good. Unwavering Bod for the Pendulum matchup. I don't have an anti-spell, or then I'd be running it over a lot of these Pendulum against matchups. Time Space Trap Hole, good against Pendulums and other decks, not just saying it. Now here's a card that was mostly just against Pendulums, Ghost Ogre, but I think I only mained it once. The two MSTs I side, just in case you are against Pendulums, because I really didn't want to main these two if I was going to be facing heaps and heaps of Blue Eyes, which don't play many spell or traps, or they do, but not many traps. They play quite a few spells, but their spells automatically go to the graveyard because they're just like normal spells, so yeah, not very good. Flying Sea, good against the PK matchup, but I never actually, I kept on losing and I never actually drew this. I only have the one, or then I'd be running probably 3 against the matchup. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying that I can't run 3 because of my circumstance, and I don't generally get cards all the time, so, or I pull them but I don't buy them all the time because I can't really buy off eBay and that sort of stuff, so that's a little bit annoying, but still good that I have one at least against those matchups. It's also good against Blue Eyes to screw them over a little. Now a couple other, 2 other Blue Eyes little hurdy cards. Soul Release. A good thing about this, it can be good against other decks as well. And its effect is target up to 5 cards in either player's graveyard, vanish them. So you can target up to 5, so if you don't want to target 5. But the good thing about this, it isn't just monsters or anything. So you can vanish their dragons and their returns, so they can't get them back, or they can't vanish return to protect one of their monsters. Like I said, I never actually faced the Blue Eyes. And normally against Blue Eyes I'd be taking in kaijus, but they're already main, so yeah. I found that Soul Release, I didn't really use it through the match. Coffin Seller, again, I didn't face Blue Eyes. I thought about doing it against Burning Abyss, but I really had to more get the Flying Seas in and that sort of stuff, even though I only have one and it ended up not drawing it. But this is a nice little card. It isn't the best card, but it's each time a opponent's monster or monsters is sent to your opponent's graveyard, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. So even though it doesn't seem like much, if you're playing against Blue Eyes or a deck that just loves sending to the graveyard, they might go graveyard heavy crazy, and they might send enough to at least do 900 or 1200 damage to themselves in one turn. And even though that doesn't seem like a lot, that will eventually become a lot, especially if this stays on for a while. So it might make them scared, it might not, and it might really hurt them, or might bait out a Twin Twisters or something. Now for Cosmo and Machine sort of matchup, System Down. This is still a nice card, and hopefully it will be decent against ABCs. I don't think it's going to be if they make Infinity and ABC Buster Dragon first turn, it's not going to be the best, but it's still good to bait out the Infinity. Even though it's not out yet, but also it's just good against Cosmo at the moment, because, you lost your only, Dark Destroyer. Imperial Iron Wall also against Cosmo, and a couple of other matchups. I'll now go into the, extra deck, but, yeah, I'll show you some, I'll do some things on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. I'll film some videos, I don't have it on the computer I'm filming now on, but I will film on this computer on another one, and I'll show you a few replays, because I'll get a few Yosenju matches up, even if it's not from the tournament, because I couldn't film there. But yeah, for the extra deck, we're running 2 Lightning Shidori. I never went into this, but it is still a good option. Like in playtesting, I did, but I just felt like I never really needed to go into, or I never had enough resources, or never really wanted to go into it. Castell, again, never went into it. Dark Rebellion, never went into it. Heartland Draco, never went into it. Aragna Zero, never went into it. Card Guardian, never went into it. Now Utopia, I run 2. A reason for that is if they Solemn Strike 1 before you get out the lightning, you can still pull out the lightning. Plus, its effect isn't the best, but it is a iffy beater. I run 1C, like, because you can overlay and then overlay for lightning. I don't have the S one, or then I'd be running that over this. But it just gives it like 4 materials, so it can use its effect twice. 2 Gaga Cowboys. I went into this like twice, I think, maybe 3 times. This I only went into once, so I think this was the XCs I made most, especially in playtesting. But in the tournament, I made this the most. I made 101 once, and I made a bit of a misplay making it, but it still was okay. I made a Blisterweller once. That gave me my only like I won 1 game against not 1 round, but 1 game against a PK player because of this, because he just couldn't really do anything after that. But then I lost the next 2. But yeah, I came in top 17. Now I'll show the replay. This is the first replay. I'm a little bit sorry about the quality of it, because I am screening it from another computer. So yeah, this is my opening hand. It's a decently strong hand, because you can get your searches, and you have your Quaking Mirror Force. I meant Drowning Mirror Force. So yeah, I did actually end up downloading Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. So yeah, it's been fun playing and playtesting on it. I'm inversing in Fernoid Player. Again, sorry if you can't see that good because of the quality. It's just more the quality of the footage. So yeah, it was more, I was doing it to another computer screen, so yeah, I'm very sorry about that. But I played the Torrential. I think I made a little bit of a misplay, but don't we all sometimes? I did have I do have 2 other clips. I did have more originally, but I wasn't sure if I was going to fit them in. Plus, neither of them actually worked saving. So yeah, I got this one up. I'm not sure how many life points, but I think this would have been near game anyway. So yeah, we see the person quit. So now on to the next game. Yeah, so this is game 2. But yeah, this is against Prediction Princess, I'm pretty sure. That deck. So yeah, this was interesting enough. Sorry that the games will be a bit short. For some reason, people were just scooping a lot of the time when I was playing the games. And sorry about the quality, because I can't download on the computer which I film on, or then it would be better quality. I'll try next time I do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro replay thing to get better quality. But yeah, so it looks like I'm about to do a Nero TK again. So yeah, I am gonna bring this deck to regionals, and I do like Yosenju's. So yeah, this is actually the shortest game. Again, a little bit annoying how people scooped, but I just didn't have much time to film this because a couple things happened this week. So yeah, I wanted to get this video out. But next time I'll try to get better replays. So yeah, I pretty much ended my turn there. I think he was playing Black Wings. I played Tarantula on him, Maxi. Yeah, and that's the end of the replay. That's the end of the video. MP Cards and Games.